What's up guys, just a quick heads up that the music was blocked in this video due to copyright, so I have muted the audio. However, I have provided a link to the song in the description, so you can open a new tab and listen to the song alongside with my reaction. Or you can just join me on Patreon for unedited footage. But for now, enjoy the video guys. I don't know why the song's called No Quarter. I got one right here. Heads or tails? I choose tails. Oh yeah, it's tails. Definitely tails. You can't see it from there? No. You don't need to see it. Just believe me. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin and today we're listening to Led Zeppelin, first Zeppelin song on the channel here, with their song No Quarter. This is off of their album Houses of the Holy, which was released in 1973. With Led Zeppelin, while I'm not overly familiar with the band or their catalog, I am pretty familiar with like their top hits and their singles, so I was looking for songs to do from them and I just went to Reddit and looked for underrated Led Zeppelin songs, and this was one of them. So I figured, you know what? I like underrated. I like the things that are different from the norm. So why not give this one a shot? I'm not 100% sure, but I know that some songs from Led Zeppelin get blocked, so this might be one of them. So if you see the song cut out or whatever, sorry about that. There's nothing I could do. But as always, the full version will be available on Patreon if you'd like. Regardless of all that, I would love if you join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below and let me know your thoughts on not only this song, but of course any other songs that maybe you'd be interested in hearing or not hearing if the songs are blocked. Have a fantastic day. Let's do it. This is No Quarter by Led Zeppelin. My phone was unplugged. I didn't even. I was like, why can I barely hear it? Let's try that again. This is No Quarter by Led Zeppelin. I don't know about you, but that's like one of the best ones I've heard from them so far. That blows every other song that I've heard, and I haven't heard a ton, but that blows them all out of the water. That was fantastic. That was so unexpectedly epic and kind of proggy, maybe a little bit. And one thing that I noticed with Led Zeppelin is a lot of their music is based off of the blues, right? But like specifically, their brand is based off of like blues, mixing that, of course, with their own unique style of hard rock. And they do that fantastically. I mean, obviously, they are, one of the most critically acclaimed rock bands, period, ever. And well deserved. But this song draws a little bit more from like jazz, especially in the middle break, which this song already took me, I guess, by no quarter. This song already took me by surprise, but I was really surprised about the piano in the middle. It had a little like jazzy solo kind of going on. And the whole song has this really greatly built up intensity from the quieter moments with the swirling sound effects of the keyboard and guitar. And then when it builds it up into like a very nicely put down verse, getting into a nice big climax and bringing it all back down again. Structurally, as well as really every other way, I would say this song was incredible and perhaps even perfect. The piano here was played by John Paul Jones, who's also doing the bass guitar. And man, he's putting in some work on this one because I really liked what he was doing, setting up the atmosphere, setting up an unexpected tone for the song to play around in. I don't know about you, but so unexpected from what I'm used to hearing from Led Zeppelin. And the way that it jumps into that first big, fuzzy, and distorted groove with, of course, Jimmy Page on the guitar, but that bass work, it's so deep, it just sits there and rocks you. And John Bonham is like incredible, blasting out these beats that just sound so funky and downright groovy. You can't help but move. And then when you get comfortable with it, he switches it up on you. You know why? Because he can. Robert sings incredibly intimately on this song, and I wasn't quite expecting that. He does go off in later parts of the song with the power that I'm used to hearing from him. But I really like his voice when he's singing this way. It sounds like there's maybe some effect on there. I'm not quite sure what it is. It sounds like perhaps it's being run through the keyboard somehow, or I don't know, that kind of stuff. But he has this kind of gravely tone in his voice. But at the same time, it's still just as smooth and just as rough, perhaps, that we're used to hearing him in. But structurally, like I mentioned, this song is really cool to listen to because I like just how much space is allowed to breathe in this song. And it kind of gives it this murky and eerie kind of feeling before it pops back up into something very epic. Yeah, and even in those quiet parts, the bass just slithers around, the guitar pops up every once in a while with bright chords. It's just a really interesting construction in the music. Man, this is so good. The middle section is really the star to me. That's like the meat of the sandwich. That's that turkey and ham, not bologna. I don't like bologna. Does anyone really like bologna? Like, if you had a choice between like chicken, turkey, ham, and bologna, like, you're gonna choose bologna? This isn't prepackaged meat. This is deli. Oh my god, that guitar, the mix of smooth, jazzy lines and passages with the distorted and fuzz. Need I say more? This was a really impressive song. I'm actually going to add it to my playlist really quick, but that was good. Woo, that was really good. I almost listened to it again right now. And of course, the thing that kind of attracts you about the song is just how unique the tone of the sound is, like in the guitar or in the piano and stuff like that. Here it says that Jimmy Page applied Verispeed to drop the whole song a semitone in order to give it a thicker and more intense mood. And I like that, because it is quiet in those quiet moments, but at the same time, it does have a lot of density and it does have a lot of intensity. In addition to the pitch change, the album version featured a very heavily compressed guitar track, giving it a tone unique to Led Zeppelin. Getting into the lyrics here, close the door, put out the light, you know they won't be home tonight. The snow falls hard, and don't you know, the winds of Thor are blowing cold. They're wearing steel that's bright and true, they carry news that must get through. They choose the path where no one goes, they hold no quarter, they hold no quarter. Okay, well, giving no quarter is basically giving no shelter, not allowing the enemy to, survive, really. If you show no quarter, you're showing no mercy. So it seems like it's talking about these people who are perhaps going through a town, because the first lyrics are close the door, put out the light, right? Like, we don't want them to know that we're here or that we're awake. You know they won't be home tonight. So perhaps other people that have gone out haven't come back in, because they've ran into these other people. The winds of Thor are blowing cold. They're wearing steel that's bright and true. They carry news that must get through. So you can recognize them by their steel, that they're warriors, and you probably don't want to be in their way when they're coming through. The winds of Thor are blowing cold, so I'm definitely getting Viking vibes from this. Perhaps it's the Vikings that are passing through the town, and like I said, you don't want them to know that you're there, because if they know you're there, they're going to give you a little bit of that Blood Eagle justice. By the way, talking about the show Vikings, which is a fantastic show, did the final season come out yet? Because I've actually been waiting for that, and I haven't really paid attention to news-wise. Like, is it out? I need to check that tonight. Walking side by side with death, the devil mocks their every step. The snow drives back the foot that's slow. The dogs of doom are howling more. They carry news that must get through to build a dream for me and you. They are just interested in moving through. They're not interested in staying anywhere. They're not interested in resting or finding shelter. They are just going through, and they are, as it describes, the dogs of doom. So I don't think it's a really good thing. Fantastic song. Really, really impressed me on this one. I would love to know what you guys thought of it. You can join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below. As always, you can also support the channel on Patreon, but you don't have to. If you've watched the video to this exact moment, not any other moment, but to this moment, I hope that you've enjoyed the video and my company. I've definitely enjoyed yours. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Stay inside if you see Vikings approaching. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Unless you invited them for some, I don't know. What do Vikings drink? Mead? Mead, is that a thing?